What is up, Step Gamers? Welcome to the Virtual Reality Masters League. I'm your host, a goddamn superhero. We're celebrating the end of Season 10, but welcoming the Open Qualifiers. This is Stage 2 for Europe, as in yesterday we had some games, but this is a chance, the last chance for teams to hop into the closed qualifiers, where the fun begins, the road to championships. Today we're going to have Aristocracy versus Catastrophe here. As Catastrophe was able to beat Plants yesterday to find themselves here today. We'll have another game a little bit after this with, I believe it's Lucky Round versus Pixel. And so going to be another good matchup. The winner of both of these matches today move on to the closed qualifiers. And so with that, let's head onto the browser, learn a little bit of information about what's going to happen today. So as I've said yesterday, this is the VRML Fall Festival. This is, where Onward, Echo, and Pavlov are all having their championships at the same time. So we have today it's Season 10 Championship. And so in the end, what are the Open Qualifiers for? For honor, for glory, or a chance at a prize pool? So we're going to have to see today, whether the Open Qualifiers players get to the close and the close get to the championships. But the winner of the championships overall going to share a $5,600 in the prize pool. So what is that prize pool looking like? For the Grand Championship, $880 for the team. We have 5 sets of Asterion products. Not sure exactly what those are, as they were recently announced. We have 4 VR cover kits and player personalized jerseys. Oh no, the Pavlov is kicking in. That's for second place. We have a $300 for the team, as well as third place is $200. Today is being played similar to yesterday. It's a best of 3 format, the standard kind of gameplay, with the only rules difference is that the teams can choose if they want to be either the home team where they pick the map, or they could pick the side. And so that could be to a team's advantage if they feel much more comfortable with the side pick. But yep, like I said, Aristocracy versus Catastrophe and Pixel versus Lucky Round will be today. So keep an eye out for that. We might have to take a break. We'll have to see how fast this game goes. Speaking of this game, though, what's interesting about this one is Aristocracy used to be quite a bit higher of a team on here. What happened recently is that these guys have had some inactivity. They were gone for some weeks. They lowered on the scoreboard. They had a bunch of forfeits, and so they're much lower than what they were supposed to be, which is going to be an interesting matchup for Catastrophe here. I think this is going to be a little challenging if we did know some inside information. Aristocracy might have to play this with a player down, and so that could balance things out. We'll have to see. Catastrophe can pull everything there. Will the Cats win the coup, or the crown stay true? We'll find out soon. So Aristocracy, who are they? We have Flarg, we have Crackers, Matt H, My Headphones Brokey, Toby, Easy Rocket, Lon Wick, and Orpello. You've seen many of these names before from previous seasons, and they're here today on Aristocracy. And so they've had a decent season overall, relatively average, 6 wins, 7 losses. Again, they were inactive on some of them, and they have some forfeits. But overall, I mean, these players were previous, championships, masters. So we have mostly playing a lot of Dust 2, it looks like. We see next year, the next best one is going to be Oil Rig. But yeah, we should expect some of the CS maps to be played by this team today. Now, if we look at a previous matchup with Catastrophe, 6-30 did not look too good, but that being said, Cats beat Plants yesterday, who got 23 on Aristocracy, and there's a player down, so they are not out just yet. So on the Catastrophe side, my alma mater, we have LeCube, who took charge after I had left, Aeon, Enrico, Cutie Cat Streams, Odysseus, Sactrasiche, Some Sexy Shrub, and Taco Cat. And so they're here today after a similar kind of season in terms of wins and loss wise. We have 5 wins and 8 losses, playing a lot of Dust 2 as well, although it isn't going as close to their favor. They played Stockpile yesterday, and they've been playing it a bunch as well. So overall, we'll have to we'll compare against each other to find out where it's going to be, where they're going to be at. But what I know so far, let's head back to the scoreboard, is what the picks and bans are going to be here in just a second. So we have the bans removed from the pool today. We have Aristocracy getting rid of Vice, the new map in the league. From after that, we have Oil Rig from Catastrophe. That was another one that we saw that was pretty good for Aristocracy, so I see why they got rid of that one. From there, we have Museum. being removed from the pool. And then lastly, cash. And so with that, we have four other maps left. We have Stahlbrecher, Inferno, this is Dust 2, and Stockpile. And so I actually remember for once all the different maps. But yeah, I read a chat message that really just distracted me. But the sponsors don't want me to say it on stream. All right, but yeah, so that's our bands. We're gonna find out what our map pick is very soon. But from here, what do we know about how these players have picked before? Can we guess the maps? I assume we're going to see a Dust 2 in here. Both teams played a lot. Both teams feel probably like it's their map, as you know, as they're putting it at the top of the board for them. Stockpile as well is going to be up there. But we had Stahlbrecher and Inferno not played a lot by either of these teams. If we look at on the opposite side, oh, there we go. Okay. On the opposite side for Aristocracy, Dust 2 is up there quite a bit. We got rid of Manor's another one that's pretty high up there. It just depends if Aristocracy is going to pick the map, choose the maps first, or if they're going to get the sides first. Stahlbrecher's low, Inferno's low. So I think we'll likely see Dust 2 and Stockpile between the two teams as one of their earlier picks. So we'll know very shortly. They have about 5 minutes to start this up. We'll maybe be able to figure out if someone is streaming at the moment. That would be the ideal situation. We get the early intel. We have Orpello, okay, and I can tell you which of the players are in. So let me make sure that you guys can hear the desktop audio, or maybe you don't want to hear that. All right, so we have Orpello, Flarg, Lonwick, and wait, what? Am I missing someone? That's just 3 players. One, yeah, they only have 3 players from Aristocracy there, and there are 6 cat players in at the moment. So we're gonna see shortly how this is gonna work out. I'm not sure what's going on here. We'll find out soon. But we have Aeon, we have Sack, we have Cutie Cat, Enrico, and Cube on Catastrophe here, and they're gonna be showing us, what they can do. So yeah, we'll know shortly. Oh, it looks like one of the players did drop. I paused for a second. So if we could find out that last player, if I understand the rules correctly, they do need to have a 4th player for this to be counted. We'll know shortly. But if not, we'll see what they do. That being said, I do have the map pick, and so we're going to be playing Stockpile as predicted here. This is one of the more even maps in the pool. Unfortunately, I know nothing about its evenness, as last time I got absolutely destroyed playing Stockpile. Nearly cried afterwards, but hey, that's what happens when you play on a Quest 2. And we have Matt H, who's in as their final player, so very shortly we're going to have our game going for us. So again, that's Matt H, Lonwick, Flarg, and Orpello here today. And so we'll get this going soon. I guess in the chat, who do you guys think is going to win? Who do you think is going to lose? Oh, what is happening with my green screen? Ew. You guys, I'm having some green screen related issues. You're going to find out where I live soon. I'm going to be caught like, what's his name? Not Elijah Wood, the other, Shia LaBeouf. There we go. I have the other map picks here. We can talk about them if we want. I do like when the players give me the map picks in advance. It's kind of hype. So Stockpile, I mean, if we look at the scores between the two, we had 3-2 for Aristocracy, but Cats had 7-2. So it isn't exactly in their favor, but it is a relatively even map. It's one of those things you pick if you're worried about the sides. And on the other maps, we have our Manor and Dust 2. So that is, Manor. Manor and Dust 2 are both very sided maps, so it'll be interesting to see where those pick. But I think, it does make sense that those were the map picks here, given what was left. So I'm waiting to see if their lobby is there. We're trying to find out if they're in the game just yet. I don't see anything is done, but I'll keep an eye out on the Twitch. Nearly, oh, you don't agree that it's nearly, it is the least sided map of all the maps in the map pool. That being said, designing around sidedness is fun. I mean, again, if everything was just exactly the same, who cares what map you pick? You just pick it. It's strategy, it's tactics, it's a chance to have some variation. And so we're waiting. So on the offensive, we're gonna see Aristocracy, and so Aristocracy is gonna try to use that momentum early on before they have to split into a much weaker defense. And so I think that's gonna be where the game changes. The first half, you lose a player every now and then early on. I think it'll be similar to that, but I'll keep my eye out for what's about to happen here. All right, so I'm getting pings. I'm trying to find out if they're relative to what I'm doing. And we do have stockpile. I'm hopping in. Give me just one moment, and we'll get you guys directly into this gameplay. This is, we gotta wait. We gotta make this thing load. Dave, let me work for you, please. I'll make it faster. But speaking of being fast, we have these guys who hopped into this game already. So let me make sure we get some audio. Oh, I'm hearing the gunshots. As always, the revolve around is a prediction of what's to come. We see Sack dying early. We have Lawn dying early. Teams killing each other. This is a premonition of what's to come. Cutie Cat flanking Matt H. Oh, Flarg taking away the kills from his own team. And so it'll be interesting. But all right, gamers, speaking of interesting, we are in this game, this matchup. Right now, oh, Flark has the bomb. I would say he bought up a grenade very fast. We're seeing lots of Glocks. We're seeing some Berettas, Tech 9s, Glocks on the opposite side. And even Orpello just sticking with the 1911, keeping the $900. That's a Chad. Never mind. It's not a Chad move. He switched off. I know Aeon used to do that, and it looks like he's moved on to choosing the Beretta. I'm not a fan of the Beretta meta anymore, but yeah. So we're heading on to the B side. Fast movement. LeCube should have been able to hear that already. And we're just seeing Monkey Rush go in. So let's zoom on out to the site. Aeon kills Matt H immediately. And so we have just, it's 3 versus 5 at the moment. Flar getting on site. He's going alone without his teammates, and the bomb is dropped in the open. Orpello and Lon Wick are both hurt. I had the pleasure of meeting Lon Wick in Miami. It was quite nice. Same with Matt H. Sector C is on plastic. He's shooting in to the site, and yep, he has got himself shot from 2 different angles there. Cutie Cat takes him out, and Enrico took out Orpello. So that's 1-0 in favor of the Cats, with LeCube, Aeon, and Enrico and Cutie Cat all getting a kill respectively. And then Orpello getting 2 for his team. So if you're going to be doing those pushes, if you're going to be playing down players, you need to stick together a little bit more. Now, interestingly enough, we saw without a bomb plan, they're forcing into this. So we'll see how this works for them, Aristocracy, as this is an interesting buy. But everyone else has PP Bisons. And so we have armor penetration. We have an AK as well. So I don't see this as too much of a disadvantage for the Cats, although they did lose long, which means it's going to be a pincer. Oh, no, they're all going long. Okay, I was thinking they had the ability to pincer, but yeah, they need to just ball thunder this whole thing. Now, that being said, Matt goes alone. Cutie Cat takes him out, but Flarg takes out Cutie Cat. We have some fighting at main. There we go, the pincer that is actually happening. And Rico's going behind. We'll see if Lon Wick notices it. As long as he's quiet. And there we go, Enrico takes him out. The bomb's down. Enrico is going to be up against Orpello here, maybe LeCube. Oh, and I missed it. They trade, and last we have Flarg versus 2. They don't exactly know where he is, but they can guess. If their frame rate's choppy, let me. It might be me. Let me. And we have Aeon killing Flarg there, and so they're able to defuse. If it is bad, let me know, and I can start trying to optimize some stuff on my end. I have a bunch of stuff open. Speaking of which, we're gonna open a prediction. That's what happened, dude. I need to set up. I got a new graphics card. I need to set this all up to run on NVENC. All right, so we are zooming on out, and we see that we're gonna go for a little bit of a split. Both teams have full rifles, so this is where the game really changes. Most teams play full rifles all the time, and so the economy's finally here for that to happen. All right, we have Matt H, who a little bit of a gunfight went into the drop there. We have Lon Wick, who has the bomb, and if he goes through long, that's kind of interesting. Sack takes him out. Lon Wick is there. Sack's pretty hurt. Taking the bomb through long when you don't have the support like that kind of means the bomb can get trapped in long, and Matt H and Orpello may not be able to help. And Matt H takes out LeCube, opening up the side a little bit, but Sack just went onto site. And although they were thinking maybe they can cover up the site, now it's looking more like you know, they're going to be able to rotate faster now that they gave it up. Sac goes aggressive, gets killed by Matt H, and now we have Lonwick and Matt H, who are both going to be pushing it along. Orpello takes out Aeon, and now we have Aristocracy in the lead here as they have 3 players against a 2. 2 are hurt, but, you know, 2 guns are better than the other. I wish I got a 40-90, man. I got a 30-90. I forgot the day. So sad. All right, Orpello kills Enrico, and now we have Cutie Cat alone, afraid, and the question is, can she get 1? Now, Matt H sees her, but she doesn't see him, and it's likely going to be the end of her 1 of her 9 lives here soon. There we go. Matt H takes Cutie Cat, and yeah. All right, so that's 2-1. The first round going to Aristocracy. We have Enrico and LeCube up 2-1 and 2-3 respectively, and we have Matt H with 4-2 and Orpello with 5-2. And so even with the player down, you know, we just need to see those small little picks as Aristocracy tries to find ways to even up the game early on. We're seeing a save round from Catastrophe. They're going to be using Deagles here. And so it just means we have some longer range fights. Well, hopefully they aren't hyper aggressive. It looks like a bad nade from Matt H almost ended his life, but he was able to figure that out. They doubled up on A long. I haven't seen someone do this in a while. Enrico gets Flarg, and so that puts him down to 5v3. And so now we see Matt drop. Sacrifice might go back into long, but again, this is one of those moments where they started an A push and they didn't all aggregate. They covered a B, so now they know. We have LeCube and Aeon both checking all of B main. Longwick gets Aeon, but Cube takes out Longwick, and so it's 2 versus 2. Still, again, we look at the utility of the armor, and what the heck? Why did he throw his gun? Oh, he's making sure that they don't get guns. Okay. We had utility, the armor, and the guns on Aristocracy, and they definitely should have this, but they may not. You know, we could see something happen here in the last few moments. Cutie Cat should have been able to see Matt, and she's going to get that early fight onto him. She doesn't land a hit. It looks like Orpello was able to get some hits off onto Sac. Matt H kills Cutie Cat, and this is going to be an Aristocracy round here. Sac has to clutch up, get 2, and that is a little bit of a challenge. Move over to Sac-Jace's perspective. You guys, having a lisp and having non-American names, it's challenging, okay? I'm trying. They put me in a disability class when I was younger. I'm mentally handicapped. Actually, physically, but... and there we go. Orpello takes out Sac. Even though their team was handicapped, they're able to rise above. That's the power of being a gamer, you guys. 2-2 at the moment. Enrico with 3-2. Cube with 3-4. Aeon with 2-3. Same with Cutie Cat and Sac with 1-3. Orpello has 8-2. Matt H 5-2. Flarg 1-4 and Longwick 1-3. Both teams have guns. Again, this is a chance to shift the balance. You know, when you have games where you trade scores like this, you can have, you know, eco really put you down versus games where, you know, one team leads away. You have infinite eco, and it's just up to the skill. Matt H is going to be going up against Sac, and Sac did this yesterday. This is a wild position to stand. He's just completely out in the open, and we're going to see how this works for him versus Matt H. And this is why I don't agree with that position. Matt H gets a headshot on him immediately, and now it's back up to an even game. We're going to zoom on out as he moves through A long. Aeon and Orpello trade, and we have Cutie Cat on site ready in Ninja. We'll see how she handles that in just a moment. So Matt H is shooting in. Here, let's zoom over to this side. And I think Cutie Cat could surprise Flarg here. And yes, she gets the kill. Matt H gets Cutie Cat. Longwick is about to get onto site as well. Cube and Enrico are both held off. It's a 2v2. Can they do it? Oh, and Longwick takes out LeCube 1 versus 2. And let's get over to Aeon's perspective. They're about to plant the bomb, or sorry, Enrico's perspective. Plant the bomb, a 1v1, but Longwick has the health advantage and was able to get eyes onto Enrico quicker. And so that is 2 versus 3. Aristocracy holding onto the crown, clutching to keep their lineage alive. But can cats do a cat-related pun? We'll find out. 2 versus 3 at the moment. All right, and so this is both teams still able to buy. I'd love to see, you know, what Cats were doing really good yesterday was they got a lot of map control, kind of like how they started when Aristocracy did their A push. They had players on B who went out, who found information, were able to isolate where their enemies could be, and we need to see more of that. Those early plays just aren't going to be working for them. I don't want to see that kind of aggression we saw here with Sac-Siege. But if they can figure out how to just take out one player, it's 5 versus 3, and so much more the advantage. Morale is going to be super important in this game. We have Enrico and Akon shooting up against Flarg. We have Mad H going against Sac-Siege shortly. We're going to zoom on over to this. See, and he catches him on a trade, though. Both teams lost a player, but still, that's in the advantage of the defense here. Orpello comes in and he gets Cutie Cat, but Enrico was also there. He didn't think 2 were going to be in the middle, was able to take him out. And now we have 2 on A main pushing in. Flarg taking some damage from LeCube, and Enrico takes out Flarg. And now it's just Lonwick alone, afraid, and probably has the bomb. I see 1 grenade on his body. That might be the bomb. Yep, Lonwick is there. He's flashed, but that it's over now. So that's just a little bit of a waste of utility. But hey, it's a morale flash. You gotta. If anyone wants to flash me, you're allowed to, but hopefully it's in game because my lawyers will be contacting you if not. Lonwick is making his way up, and Enrico puts him down. And so now we have 3 versus 3, an even game once again. And this, I would say this was going to be Flarg not being able to buy, but Lonwick has plenty of cash. So he's able to bring home some guns for his homies. We have Enrico at top with 7 and 3, LeCube with 3 and 5, Orpello on the top of his team with 10 and 4, and Matt H with 8 and 4. So after this round, though, I think this might be a force buy for Aristocracy if they can't bring home the win. The game, though, isn't the advantage isn't climbing so far away for Cats just by having the player down. This speaks to the skill of Aristocracy. I'm going to give him that. So right now, Sac-Siege, again, this is what we wanted to see. He got initial engagement, he learned about Long, and he backed away. Mad H and Orpello are pushing in together. We have Sac-Siege on site, so he's able to help with main, but with 2 people here, we're gonna have to see how they handle it. I missed Lonwick killing Enrico in the mid, so now he's in a firefight with probably LeCube. We have Mad H get Sac-Siege as they push in. It was 1 versus 2 there. Cutie Cat gets Flarg. We're gonna see from this perspective, Mad H getting Cutie Cat, Orpello gets LeCube, and now we just lastly have Aeon, who's in a fight and completely in the open versus Lonwick. And Lonwick takes out Aeon. So 3 and 4, again, even game roughly. But this is where the Cats are going to have to save again. We see that right now they have just sub under the money of, oh no, they're forcing. Oh no, oh, interesting. Okay, so I think they were confused about their buying position here. They're 2 rounds from the final, and yeah, some of their players just won't have a full buy next round. They're gonna be able to buy guns. They're gonna just not have armor, utility, the kind of stuff that you need to clutch around. And so right now we're seeing a different kind of play from Aristocracy. They're moving a bit slower. I think they're waiting on Mad H to do a distraction. But Sac-Siege might push up and get some info. Aeon took some damage, and they have 3 on site, so it did lure them over, and now we see the momentum on A. And yep, Sac-Siege completely gave up A long. This is not how they played yesterday, and I think this is not going to go well for them overall here. Flarg gets Cutie Cat. Sac goes wide, and he's in a smoke, so he wasn't able to see Lonwick there. Orpello is pushing in from the other side. Mad H gets LeCube. We're going to have Enrico versus Orpello here, a flash. And now we have Orpello who's going to push in, and Aeon could help, but he walked in front. Oh, they walked in front of their teammates. Mad H and Orpello both kill Sac-Siege and Aeon, who weren't able to help each other. 3 and 5, 1 round left in the game. And this is going to be another round. Like I said, they could have just bought down because now they don't have a full buy again here. So interesting. But Orpello, what he's known for, that 50 cal, and so he's bringing that out. I'm ready to see lives being ended here on the battlefield. All right, so we are moving into, again, an A. A is kind of the primary play here, but Sac-Siege gets an early kill on Flarg, and so that's gonna weaken the defense or offense quite a bit here. Mad H takes out Sac, bringing down to a 4 and 3, but they haven't even begun to breach the site. Orpello's staying long. There's no one in A long for him to use that nade, that thing against. But that nade, as I was saying, kills LeCube. Or sorry, LeCube gets Matt, but Matt gets Enrico before he goes. So nade trade. 3 and 2 right now, I think Orpello has the bomb. Orpello dropping his 50 cal, just going back to the M4. Now, after this, again, this is the final round of our final round of the half of our first game. Jesus, you guys, Pavlexia. And I think the second half is going to be so much harder for Aristocracy. They are going to have to give up a key position on this map. The map's a little wide, so the rotates can take a second. So I think they're going to give up a little bit in the mid, which is going to weaken them quite a bit. We need to see just more aggressive pushes overall from Cats if they want to secure this. And Aeon takes Lonwick. We have Orpello alone on site versus 3. And he has a bomb, though. He could plant it, but it doesn't matter. Planting the bomb on the final round gives you nothing but a little bit more time. 20 seconds left. A flash goes in, and I don't think it hit Orpello. Orpello's pushing into plastic. But is Aeon going to help him push the daisies? Oh no, he whiffs! Orpello pushes daisies into him! And 6 seconds left. This is where a flash would have been good. But LeCube takes him out, bringing the game to 5-4. What is LeCube? Oh, LeCube is... His Alzheimer's kicked in. You saw, where am I? Is the wall over yet? He goes for the defuse. 4-5 at our half right now. So on the losing team, we have 4-7 for Cutie Cat, 3-8 for Sec Jasish, 4-7 for Aeon, LeCube with the 5-7, and Enrico with 7-6. On the opposite side, Lonwick 5-5, 2-8 for Flarg, Orpello with 14-5, and same with Matt H. And so both these guys are kind of carrying for their teammates. But this is a hard game. Again, this again speaks to Aristocracy being able to keep it close as these guys are playing down a player. Slow movements, B-side. Matt H gonna go for the aggressive peek here, and if LeCube has a teammate ready for him, this could go very well for them. Yep, they take out one, and so now B site cracked completely open. They decided to play 1B and 2 in the mid, 1 on A, and because of that, the aggressive push, Matt H gave them the site. Cutie Cat throws in a flash. I don't know if that would have hit anyone. Sack going crazy. He does this, and Orpello takes him out because of it. Enrico takes out one. Flar gets another, and so now it's 3 versus 2. This is in the reach of Aristocracy. But Enrico gets Lonwick. And Enrico, yeah, Flar, they just need to play time. They're being a little aggressive. They're taking the shots. Just let Flar go to try to defuse the bomb. You know he has to get here, and you just kill him when he does it. But Cutie Cat takes him out, and even 5-5. Right now we have 9-6 on Enrico and LeCube with the 5-8, 14-6 for Matt, and 15-6 for Orpello. All right, so we have rifles on the Cats. As you know, they got the plant and they just went full into the buy. They were worried that Aristocracy might partial buy, and this could be the downfall here. We see Aristocracy just went with the eco save, full save, and so because of that, if a gun is put into play, this could be very good. Matt deciding this time, hey, I'm just gonna hide. I'm gonna surprise them. He's going for knives. I'm not a knife saver, but hey, these guys, were some previous masters here. They know something I don't. I don't believe in it, though. I'm not gonna lie. Heresy, treason, and the firing squad. But Matt H does kill LeCube and gets them just an extra couple $1,000. And picks up the gun to make sure the enemies can't. We have the 3 players coming in. They just need to stay on the back of the site, prevent the knife tosses. Enrico, though, decides to take plastic. And, we have 1, 2, and there's another knife. A gun's able to get picked up. A Cutie Cat was able to do some damage to him. Flarg just needs to take this and run. We're gonna find out. Here's what I can do to actually make you guys have a little bit less of a crazy lag. Sack gets Flarg, and there we go. The gun's back. They could have kept that into the next round, although they will have plenty of cash to make sure that they can buy. So 6-5, still in the favor of Cats. 11-7 for Enrico. 5-9 for Cube. Matt H with 15-7, and Orpello 16-7. We zoom on out a little bit, and we see Lonwick is going to be on A-Long. They've moved, they're basically playing 2A, 1 mid, 1B. This is going to be the standard-ish A push here. We're going to see 2 players on long. Although Aeon going wide this way is kind of a mix-up for it. I mean, if Lonwick was there, there's basically no cover to protect him, so you don't want to get caught out like that. Lonwick is going to play here in this spot. So Sack has to pick one of two ways to look. I missed Floor getting Cutie Cat behind me. Sack is going to go wide against Lonwick, and Lonwick wins that one. And now we have, Orpello getting a nice nade onto Aeon. Enrico's pretty hurt. And this is where the cats are falling apart here. LeCube gets Orpello, but Mad H gets LeCube. Enrico gets Flarg, and Mad H gets Enrico. And so now we're at 6-6 at the end of that half. So we saw, the players who were alone die first. And then nades as people get caught up waiting for other players. You get stuck in these spots, you can't defend. So I'll have to see how they handle that in these upcoming rounds. Again, I'd love to see them just pick off a player or two. Aeon's going to B-side with Enrico, so this makes me think we're going to see a fake here shortly. We have LeCube going towards mid, 2 and A long. One of those A longers could drop, but it might be a default. It's not clear just yet. Where is the fight to watch? So I think they're just saying maybe Flarg is probably going to be the first attempt at a pick. That being said, though, you know, there's if Cube gets one in the middle, they just need to pull people over. As long as once they begin that rotate, they have so much more control than Aristocracy. Vision says Hill Ringer, but unfortunately, no ringers are allowed in this. Interesting ruling, but hey, you know, that's just how it is. So 2vs1 versus Lonwick. Aeon gets Mad H, opening up a little bit of B. And we'll see if Lonwick, because he did it at the same time, this basically means that the enemy knows it's a default. Flarg is going to swing wide, and Flarg takes out Sack. Orpello gets LeCube, and now we're down to a 3v2. We're going to zoom on over to the other side, as this site looks like it's cracked open a little bit more. Orpello's on side at green, and Enrico takes him out with a headshot. And do they have the bomb? Not clear. Not clear who has. Oh, there we go. Aeon has a bomb. Cutie Cat takes out Lon. And so now we just have Flarg here, who's rotated over. And so it's Flarg versus the world here. The question is, can he do it? Enrico is at the double doors. If he walks out, they just need to cover a bunch of different angles. Cutie Cat, if she checks this, she sees, but she didn't need to. And Flarg takes out a kill. He's going to be able to grab a gun, easy peasy, and see if he can squeeze out something with that. I don't think he's going to try to go for this round as... Oh, no, he's a madman. He's just going to go for it. And he could have brought a gun back because he is going to need it on that next round. Yep, if they would have had those two guns, they would have a full buy into this, and so they kind of threw away a little bit of eco there. 14 and 8 for Enrico at the moment, 6 and 11 for LeCube. Mad H with 17 and 8, and Orpello with 18 and 9. Close game, but, you know, we're just seeing, you know, rounds kind of being thrown away at times, or at least advantage is being thrown away. So we're gonna go for a default again. That worked for them. I think that's kind of what we need to see. Look, I'm in agreement about the no ringers. Dude, the flying ringers in NA, yeah, that hurts my soul. Do the players see over their allies? Yes. Over their enemies? No. All right, so slow movements. Again, this is just default. They're setting up. We haven't actually picked where we're gonna attack, where we're gonna go. I think with this, each going in one lane is not the play. I would rather have seen Aeon and Enrico here stick together, because 2-on-1 is what is going to be important here. We definitely need to see the players stick together and just double. But Sack takes out Flarg on the A site, cracking it open a little bit. Lonwick is going to be the only A long player here left. Orpello's in the mid. Cutie Cat backs away from mid a bit. They're going to use that opening of A, assuming that a player might rotate. But these guys are staying stiff on site, and that's and that's not going to work for them. Cube gets Matt. Okay, surprised him. I unfortunately, there's a clip last night of me getting absolutely destroyed from a position like this. We have Orpello here, who's going to have to come in. Him and Lonwick got a breach versus 5. This is a save your guns moment, as Flarg and Orpello are both so low on cash. Again, I don't see them being able to buy unless it's just a force. Lonwick's on site, a mad lad. You know, Orpello gets one, and Cube and Enrico get others. So it's 8 and 6 at the moment. 15 and 8 for Enrico. Cube with 8 and 11. Orpello with 19 and 10 and 17 and 9 for Matt. Whoops. And so this is what I was saying. Yep, they're able to kind of buy, and I mean, maybe they would have saved anyway for final round, right? But I do think this is one of those weird buys where they could have at least potentially got around and got some momentum. I'm not a fan of the throwaway around for the next kind of situation. Well, no, I mean, some of them bought. It's unclear. It's unclear. Longwick's doing the same kind of play, but I don't know if him and Sack ever got into that fight. As long as Cutie Cat is there, the thing is, Flarg. I mean, if Flarg being here, this is a 2-on-2. Now, Cutie Cat messing with the gun is gonna alert Longwick that at least one player's there. They throw a smoke, but really far, and that wouldn't have blocked anything. Flarg is going to be ready to rotate. We need to see Cutie Cat turn right quick. She takes out one. Looks like Aeon got Mad H. Orpello gets Aeon. Flarg's going to be up next, and he has some cover, but not enough as Sacrifice takes out Flarg. And now we just have Orpello. I'd like to see Orpello save that gun. I mean, it's versus 3. He could potentially do it, but I think they're just kind of going for it. They know that they need to have insane risks. If Orpello could have got an easy pick there, I think he would have gone for it, but now, yeah, he's saving that gun. All right, so with that, he has a second. Yeah, his team's going to be eating good next game. Or next round, I mean. But yeah, we're waiting. We're hanging. We have plenty of time on the bomb. He's just going to be picking up. These guys are not hunting. They just want to get their point. They want to win. We have 7 seconds left on the clock. We'll see how this goes. Boosh. 9 and 6, reverse funny number as in our potentially last round of the game. We have 15 and 9 for Enrico, LeCue with the 8 and 11, Orpello 20 and 10, 20 bomb, congrats, and Matt H with a 7 and 10, 17 and 10, excuse me. Dude, the Pavlov is kicking in. I'm reading from other lines. I'm confusing players. All right, so we have 4 versus 5 again on our final round, and they're stacking B. Oh, no, hold on. Flarg's going in. There we go. Okay, so they considered it maybe, and they're rotating back. I'm not exactly sure why it happened like that. And we're seeing Matt H and Orpello go wide on B. Aeon and Cube are going to get punished for this. Well, this is probably actually, this is a good play. So with this, they're going to, oh, they got a nade that didn't kill, did some damage though. They're going to know that 2 players are in there. This lets them know that it's not a B, and it lets them isolate a big chunk of the map. Cube takes quite a bit of damage. We have Enrico and Sack, or sorry, Cutie Cat and Sack, who are not doing much yet, and they're afraid to go B now. They're looking like it's going to go to a mid to A here. But Matt H is rotating. We're going to zoom on out above. And Cube gets 1. Enrico takes out Sack. Matt H gets 2, and now it's a 2 versus 2. That team kill, really bad there, unfortunately. So now they got to hunt, they got to peck, and Lon Wick is gonna be the only player on A. They have 30 seconds left. They have to go kind of quick, but if we see these guys stick together, go for the plant, and one shoot the enemy, you know, they can lure. But by throwing that early util, they're gonna try and basically stop someone who's on site versus someone who's going to get on site. Enrico checks his corner and gets the kill. Now it's just Orpello versus 2, and Cutie Cat's checking every corner, not just expecting him to be on B. A trade and a win for Catastrophe. And so, hey, on Lon Wick with 6 and 11, Flarg with 7 and 15, Matt H with 19 and 11, and Orpello 21 and 11. Sack Jacis with 6 and 12, Cutie Cat 7 and 12, 8 and 10 for Aeon, LeCube 10 and 12, and Enrico 17 and 9 with the Least Death Award. And so that's our first game here. So let's head back on to the scoreboard, update everything that we see. And so that was, you know, a 10-6. Oops, there we go. So again, that's the power of having you know, an extra player. It is much easier to do that defense. I think that's kind of where the game gets very challenging for these guys, as they're not going to really have you know, able to cover everything. You get one pick, and now the whole map is spread out. They can, you know, isolate, and that's what the default does. Speaking of defaulting, do you default to just your average headphones? Well, check out our sponsor HyperX if you want to default to something better. Thank you, HyperX, and all the other sponsors of the VRML. Appreciate you guys, as well as everyone who's checking this out live, who's watching the VOD, who's checking out the Twitter, the Discord, and even playing in the game. We appreciate you guys and all that you do. And so, speaking of appreciate, I bet Catastrophe appreciates beating Aristocracy, even if the circumstances are less than fair. They want to get to the top. The championships are all that matter. And so they got to find a way to bring it home, bring the gold, or maybe even, hey, the bronze. As long as you can grab that, that's cash money, baby. So we, you know, we have our second map. I know what it's going to be in advance, assuming that they follow what they said. This is going to be a manor. And so Manor is one of these maps where it kind of changes its sidedness based on where the players play. The middle of the house can be super devastating if you don't have control over that, and use it to rotate. But you know, walking onto the sites, if you don't use it, the nades. So we can see CT, we can see T. It kind of depends, you know, what happens there. So I'm gonna be keeping an eye on the gameplay here. Hopefully we'll have a map here in a second. We'll know soon. And so I guess we could look at some historical data. We can find out how these players play. So we have, at least for Aristocracy, they win 50% of the time that they play this, with a 48% map win or round win. So that, I mean, basically means it goes either way. And that's them being usually on the top with 5 players. So interesting that was picked. I guess that was a cat pick. So and then on the opposite side, 6 and 3, actually the same different amount of total times played, but 50% map win, 48% round win. So this is going to be very similar in kinds of gameplay here. So it'll be interesting. Well, you know, the player's down. So again, it's probably leaned more towards Cat's favor here, but maybe Aristocracy has picked up some information there. They've learned how to adapt, and they can overcome. And so I see them getting in. It looks like Aristocracy is going on the CT side here. This is where, if they can use the, you know, effectively handle the house, it can be working for them. If they can figure out how to do those early nades, and Cats don't use the stair, or do use the stairs, it can go in their favor. Plenty of ways to make this work. It's up to Cats to figure out how to exploit those advantages that they have. So I'm gonna go check and see if this is all starting. Give me one moment. And we don't have it just yet, but it will be there soon. And we're getting on to our second and potentially final map for Aristocracy versus Catastrophe. Love to see a third, but you know, when advantages like this happen, sometimes it doesn't happen. So I see the map. We're gonna try to load in with Pav TV and get this started. You guys, I'm supposed to be Donkey Kong. I don't know if that comes through ever. It's just like a monkey suit. All right, we're loading. We're getting ready for that replay. It's, I guess it's technically live. Again, Dave, hire me. Let me fucking work on your game. I will make it great again. I'll build a wall of all the bugs and lock them in there. It'll be fantastic. Great. Does that go well with the European audience? Is that one of those things, doing Trump impersonations? Is that going to be good? All right, we're almost there. It's taking its sweet time, but you guys, it's sweet that you spend your time here today. Again, I'm very appreciative. Everyone is checking this out. See a couple first-time chatters. That's always great. I'm definitely usually in the trenches immediately chatting, but you know, that's why I'm up here. That's why I'm doing all the talking. So that happens. Stuck on the max loading replay, so maybe something happened with it. Give me a second. Trying to find out. Tech issues. We're not even having technical difficulties play. Looks like they are in the first round, so hopefully I get to see that. And yes, we have the gameplay. Let me send you guys on over. All right, we do see the round has started. It is, we have no deaths yet, but Cube and Orpello changed that as they both get a trade. Aeon takes out Lonwick, and we have A site cracked open. Flarg and Mad H have to rotate. As long as these guys distribute and cover, cover each corner, they should be plenty fine. Looks like we have Aeon and Sack sticking together. And Flarg takes out Sack as he walks ahead. This is what I was saying. As long as, they got to play the numbers. That's what cats can work for them. Or can use to work for them. Aeon versus 2, and he sees Mad H cross, but wasn't able to get the kill. Cutie Cat turns her back to Flarg, and now it's going to be Enrico versus Mad H. A flash overhead, but Aeon didn't push on it, and this is where, Mad H takes out Aeon. They're getting map control, but Matt is left alone as Cutie Cat kills Flarg. I was going to try to say a Matt control joke, and I couldn't lead into it. There's not enough time to defuse here. Matt gets Enrico, Cutie Cat gets Matt, and Catastrophe gets the round. Oh, Trump Potato? Okay, we'll work on that next game. I don't know if they'll let me do it. Cutie Cat 2-0, Aeon 1-1, and a Cube with 1-1. We have Mad H 2-1, Orpello 1-1, and Flarg 1-1. And so mixed rounds here. Again, the same kind of strategy. The cats realize that they can buy armor-piercing guns because, we have these aristocracy who bought into armor and they bought into umps. And so they're going to be, again, at a second disadvantage. The UMP, I believe, is a 7-shot kill versus like the 4 or so shot kill with the PP Bison. Slow movements, A side, but Mad H and Flarg, I wonder if they caught that. Yeah, they did. They are aware, and that just left A completely open. But this is what, I mean, honestly, them all sticking together, like rolling ball of thunder style, and if they can get a kill too, that's the kind of thing we need to see from aristocracy. They need to have the numbers advantage in every situation. Give up, play for retakes. But Cutie Cat retakes the honor of the team by killing Longwick. Flarg gets Aeon. We have 3 on Obelisk here. This is like a reverse push, but there's more people on CT. Cube gets 1, Sack gets another. Now it's Orpello in the back with a gun, but Cube puts him down. And so that is 2 points going to aristocracy. All right, Mad H 2-2, Flarg 2-2, Cutie Cat 3-0, least death award so far, and LeCube 3-1. There we go. We have real guns on the side of cats, but because of the buy, we're seeing another mix save on aristocracy. Yeah, they're going mad rush here. And so Enrico is going to be alone versus Flarg. And, if they would have been playing together, that could have been a little bit better. But we have a trade, basically. Still 4-3 in the favor. They grab the gun, they run. And now Mad H wasn't able to get there in time and, kind of get a little bit more from that. Aeon takes out Orpello, probably on A side. And now we have Mad H and Lonwick here as they rotate over to the A side. Sacrifice guarding balcony, while the rest of the team get into the mausoleum. They are the grave robbers here, better than being a cradle robber, and they're going to plant the bomb here in just a second. All right, waiting to get on site. Mad H and Lonwick are trying to figure out how they can go. Lonwick is being cautious. Mad H is being brazy, and I don't think that's going to work too well here in a second. Cutie Cat didn't have her gun up. It doesn't matter. She's faster than Lonwick, and Mad H is alone on site versus 4. All right, so 0-3 in favor of the cats here. Again, CT overall, it's just if they can spread them out and decisively kill one, that's kind of what we need to see from the cats if they want to really open up these sites. It's going to be up to aristocracy to figure out how to play together to counter that kind of play. They're going for maybe an A, maybe a default. It's not clear. We have Orpello and Flarg going together. This is what I talk about, nades on the stairs, but the stairs protected him this time. The railings, that's what they're there for. OSHA approved. And Flarg gets Sector Siege, bring it to a, it looks like Cutie Cat gets a Flarg with a nade. I was about to say 4-3, but now it's 4-4, but now it's 4-3. And with this, we have 2 on A and only 1 on B. Bomb, though, going towards the mid, which if they're playing on rotate, probably the right play. By going slow, Matt H has decided to go back to the mid. They could test by shooting through this this fern here, or a bush. It doesn't matter. LeCube gets lawn, and Matt H gets LeCube, bombs down, but Enrico downs Matt. And so now we just have Orpello versus 3. He's going back behind front entrance. And now he's at the balcony here. Platform, whatever you want to call it. He has 1 smoke, and there's not really a good place to place it against all these guys. And Enrico and Cutie Cat work together. Enrico getting the kill. Grab the gun. They're able to bring it back home. So that's 0 and 4 in favor of the Cats. Cutie Cat still has not died yet. 5 and 0. LeCube with 5 and 2. Matt H with 3 and 4 and 4 and 4 for Flarg. All right, I guess they're going to give up on planting this time. Scan the barcode, quick. Don't let Dave take that away from you. All right, so now we have, again, the same kind of setup as before. It worked very well for them last time. It might work again. But this time, we do see real guns. We're actually seeing the buy because of those lost bonuses from Aristocracy. Slow movements overall. We're going to zoom out, try to get a feel for what might happen. Aeon's going in, though. He's actually going to attempt to aggress a little bit here. And it's him versus Lonwick. And Lonwick wins that one. So I was saying we kind of need to see those guys stick together, get their 2v1s. Flarg is waiting for someone to push into Gardens. The point of a default is to grab the kill, not get killed. So now it's just a matter of time here. Flarg gets sacked as he goes in alone. Cutie Cat's going to go versus Orpello alone. Unless Enrico and Cube come in there in time. 46 seconds. Cutie Cat staying there. That kind of indicates to Aristocracy that's a lean A. And Cutie Cat again with her back turn. Flarg gets the kill. Unfortunate. That's happened 3 times so far, I believe. And so now we just have these 2 guys. They're going to rotate. 26 seconds left on the clock. No time to stop. But if they can get it, you know, it's just Lonwick versus 2. He hears them. Cube has the gun up, or the bomb up. He actually had enough time to hold his gun up just in case, clear the site. But Matt H and Lonwick didn't have any of it. First point going towards Aristocracy. They're 6 and 4 for Flarg, 4 and 4 for Matt H. Cutie Cat 5 and 1, finally losing 1 life there, and LeCube with 5 and 3. Again, those players is kind of going out on their own in an attempt to get a kill, getting killed doing so. So now all in the house, his house, as the kids say. Am I right? And they're going for a balcony push onto A. Now, 5 in balcony is an interesting choice. Because you kind of get clumped up here, but it does make sure that you don't get hit by nades. I'm a fan of keeping some guys underneath balconies, and some on the balcony. And use the, use secret here to push into garden. Now, no secret that Flarg's there now that he's shooting. Looks like there's no, that's just one of the cats shooting back. 3 on site. LeCube kills Orpello, and this is it. They're going to start their movements. They need to get rid of Flarg, and Enrico does so. And now it's Matt H and Lonwick off site. They're going to plant, and they're going to get into defensive positions here. And it looks like they're just going to save those guns. Yeah, they're making sure that they can bring those guns back. Their money, because they got that round win, their money's not going to be in an amazing place. They can force, but they can't full buy unless they save those 2 guns. Flarg and Orpello both down a bit. This gun isn't actually there. It's an unfortunate bug of Pav TV, but where they keep guns from previous rounds. But yeah, these guys are holding out. But Cats haven't been hunting today. They've again, after beating plants, they went herbivore. And so they're not. Oh, and LeCube kills Sack with the bomb. Sack just didn't walk away far enough. He was being a little overly cautious. But they have the money. They can't afford to make those kinds of losses here today. So we look at the score: 6 and 5 for Flarg, 4 and 4 for Matt H. We have Cutie Cat with 5 and 1, and LeCube with 6 and 3 at the moment. And they are moving over to B side, and this, this full push is the way that they want to play right now. So we're seeing Matt. There's this cheeky little spot here by the planter. It goofs me up every time. So we're about to see that happen. But they went loud and were not proud and walked away. So now we have Flarg able to catch that as a rotate. Interesting that they did that with 5 players. If they would have done that with 3 or 2 or something like that, I think we would have saw Flarg stay off site. But gave it enough time to rotate. Nade on top, and there we go from Flarg doing a lot of damage. Orpello doing even more. Sack kills Flarg, but in Orpello, oh my god, with the 3K, they were all pretty hurt, but they just, I don't know if they were flash, they didn't aim at him. Sack gets Matt, and now it's a 2v2. Both teams have a hurt player, and Rico and Sack kind of know where Orpello is, but Orpello hears the footsteps. Oh no, they don't know where he is. Why? Orpello gets Sack. Now it's Enrico versus 2. He has 38 seconds, enough time to win a fight. Longwick is going to be aggressive here, not waiting for Orpello, and Enrico wins that one because of it. And now it's just Orpello. Now the thing is, Orpello's off site. Enrico, well, okay, never mind. 2 and 5 as Orpello gets the kill there. Let's say Enrico could have planted and hid and use that to his advantage because he knows Orpello has to go there. Again, everyone wants to keep taking these fights, and I don't think that's a wise decision. Right now it's 2 and 5 with Flarg at 6 and 6, Orpello at 6 and 5, Cutie Cat 5 and 2, and 6 and 4 for LeCube. So house movements here, and they're just doing aggressive. So these doors are penetrable. Excuse me, jeez. And they're just trying to see if they can get some early picks with people being aggressive. Flarg has been their roughly middle player. They're kind of using their A player and their B player as side mids. And they haven't been playing that far back. They just don't know that yet. So we're going for another A here. Sack going alone versus Flarg. This is what we don't want to see. Come on. If we have Enrico here in a second, and we're going to have that Orpello. Can Orpello get 3? But no, Aeon gets Orpello. And we're going to have Flarg pop out here in just a second. And Enrico's catches him. Oh, and kills him. Didn't even need to have Sack. So now we have Matt H and Longwick rotating in. Same kind of game as before. 2 rounds left in the half. Or I guess 1 after this. Flarg is kind of down on money. Matt H gets Sack. It's 2 versus 4. This feels like maybe a save. But I think Matt H is just going to go for it. See how many people he can pick off. And this, I mean, again, this is where aristocracy is going to be strongest, is them picking off individuals instead of 1v1 fights. Matt H gets another. And there we go. Long takes 1. Long gets Cube. Cutie Cat gets Matt H. And Long gets Cutie Cat, but Enrico takes him out. And so lots of damage and money, but not enough to make Flarg be able to get a gun for that final round here. So interesting choice. I don't think it played the way, like, I think one of them should have saved a gun, but that's they're there. And so this is it for the potentially final round of the half. Or it is a final round, but potentially another round that aristocracy can get. You guys, the Pavlov, see it's flaring up. I need my second coffee. Let's get this going. So we have Flarg being aggressive this time, and he's going to be able to tell us A, but they stacked A site. And so now it's just Longwick versus 4. Now, if Cats speed this up, this can go very well for them. But they're going to slow down. They're going to be careful. And because of that, I actually don't know what's going to happen here. Oh, and a nade nearly kills Longwick. They're not rotating. They really do think it's an A. And Sack just should have a good opportunity to kill Lon here. Oh, Aeon does a job. You know, he got the nade. He wants to get the kill. And so now they have B site. Cutie Cat is playing a lurk here. And she's in secret. She might have been able to hear Flarg rotate. And, you know, rotating through the house is a very dangerous prospect. And so that's why you see Mad H going around, Orpella going to the back. Orpella does kill Sak Jasish, who's over by kind of like Grotto and Statue. I didn't see exactly where. And now we have Aeon, who's going to be up against Orpello and Flarg versus Enrico. Or actually, Mad H and Flarg are together versus Enrico. Enrico is doing a little bit of a risky maneuver, and it pays off as he gets one on a trade, and Flarg's nearly dead. Cube is on site. Flarg now has a gun, but Aeon takes him out because of it. 2 and 7 in favor of the Cats. And so it's up to Aristocracy to have an amazing T side, which, again, it's going to be a little bit easier for them as they can all play together. But they don't have a lot of wiggle room here. If they lose Pistol, if they lose Eco, I mean, we could see this go really bad for them really fast. We have Longwick with 4 and 7, Mad H with 6 and 7, Flarg with 7 and 8, and Orpella with 7 and 7. Opposite side, 4 and 7 for Sak. Cube has 6 and 5, Cutie Cat 6 and 3, 7 and 5 for Enrico, and Aeon with 6 and 5. So LeCube on site. This is that spot they were trying to shoot through earlier. Aggressive mid, and Mad H makes that work for him. 4 and 4. This is how we need to see these guys play. Rolling Ball of Thunder, and Orpello gets Cutie Cat. Enrico and Aeon are together, but they moved separately as they're trying to clear most of mid. We need to see these guys stick together. Grab mid. They're going for the plant. Oh, Enrico didn't check his corner. Flarg had his gun down even, and then Flarg gets the kill. So now it is 1 versus 4. Aeon, no reason to save the gun. He needs to die before the bomb. He grabs one. And he doesn't know Mad H is there. He's made the noises, and so Mad H is going to surprise him if we don't get surprised by another teammate first. There we go. Mad H taking him out. 7 and 3. So the Cats now are going to have to, buy Deagles, and we're going to have to see what these guys pick. Probably, the UMP buy. Oh, no. We have actual guns. They won, and they're going to risk it by buying real guns just to keep playing. Sak Jasish buying all the way down, not understanding what eco is. Very dangerous, but hey, if they win this, maybe not too bad. Orpello buying anti-eco. I mean, honestly, like, again, if you get 2 kills, that's a lot of money. So I think you need 2 kills to basically secure the next gun for sure. Oh, and Mad H gets 1. LeCube gets another. Enrico gets Mad H, and so now it is 4 versus 2 here. Aeon goes super wide unnecessarily. Orpello gets gets him. We have Flarg who's a little hurt. LeCube and Enrico are here, and Sak Jasish is going to rotate behind. I think Sak needs. Oh, and there we go. Orpello kills him. Able to land 1 point on him, but it wasn't fast enough. Enrico and LeCube are back. Flarg gets LeCube. And this is, they had the numbers, but they didn't have the weapons. And so he might want to bring that back. They're going to have the money next. Actually, no, they needed that gun for Sak. All right, they have some room to play. It's 4 and 7, but that gun could have went a long way there. If they would have brought that back, they're going to have to force if they want to do this. And it looks like they are. We'll see what Sak buys here. He spent 1,400, so I think he's gonna have a PP Bison. No, he's a Deagle and maybe armor. All right, so we're going mid to B. Slow movements. Aeon though, seeing the early firefight and a perfect nade on from Flarg onto Enrico. I mean, it was close to perfect. They didn't kill him, but it landed nearly where it needed to be. Just needed a little bit more cooking. Enrico, unfortunately, doesn't have as good of a flash. Lawn Wick kills Sak. Kitty Cat gets Lawn Wick. Now they're rotating over. And, Banana gets killed by headshot. And then it looks like Matt H got Aeon. And so now they have the plant and the site. 2 versus 3. And Cutie Cat's hurt. Flarg gets LeCube. Let's go to Cutie Cat. Now, they're going to be on a 3-round loss bonus here. So they could, they could have the guns. I'm not sure if with the time left, she can get this either way. But she is, hoping that someone's going to hunt her. And that's Flarg from behind, but I don't know if Flarg is going to go this way. Orpello might check out of tunnels. And she's backing off. Okay, she's not going to go for it. Boom. Now, she could hear Orpello here. Orpello's going to check. Oh, and she blind fires. Okay, Cutie Cat did survive the gun. It looks like also Orpello did. And so look at the money over on Aristocracy. They're actually going to be able to have some momentum. They can afford a few losses here. While the game is almost caught back up. We have Cutie Cat with 7-5 and Enrico with 8-8. Flarg now 12-9 and Matt H 11-8. This is where, again, with less numbers, they can just stick together and make that work. And that's where I think the difference is between these two sides. Overcooked nade. I made my joke yesterday saying it's not well done, but that was just burnt. Matt H, oh my God, we're seeing, speaking of burning, we're seeing fire on catastrophe here as Sacrifice is alone. And I think he's just going to save that gun. So we got some time to hang to, rap with the kids. How do you see your guys' days? This is a close game. You guys, excited for the finals? Excited for me to do more sponsors? You guys, have you watched the match report? These are all the questions I have to ask here today. So, Sacrifice hiding, and we'll see if anyone comes here. Longwick may potentially get there. It is a long way for him to go, though, so I don't see him overextending that far. I think they would have assumed he would have rotated, you know what I'm saying? And so with that, yeah, it's that's a round. So we look at the scores. We have 4-10 for Sack, LeCube with 7-9, and with 7-9. Enrico 8-9, Cutie Cat with 7-6, Longwick 7-9, Orpello 10-7, 12-8 for Matt H and Flarg with the 13-9. All right, so it's 6-7 at the moment. They have guns. The question is, can they fire upon their enemies? So I guess they're setting up kind of like a fakey sort of thing here. Oh, they're just playing around. Okay. And Sacco's aggressive, and he gets taken out for it, but he's able to call 2 there. That I'm not sure how that's going to work for their information. We see a little bit of a rotate. Enrico does hear Matt H there. And again, this aggressive position. The Cats are just hoping to get the peak, but the peaker's advantage is not in their favor as Matt H takes out Enrico. They have 2 on site, LeCube and Cutie Cat. And they're going to fake it again. B's completely open. Matt H is about to find that out soon. He's a little afraid to go for it because he's pretty hurt, but yeah, they're just, oh, there we go. Flarg takes out Aeon again, even more open. Cube and Cutie Cat are 2 versus 4 here. We're seeing the Cats not just do too hot here. And the problem is if they don't win this, Dust 2 is up next, and that's insanely sighted. They won on the map that isn't too crazily sighted. And so we'll see how that works. Cube needs to check the corners. He shot and he kills Matt H. Now we have Orpello. We have Flarg here actually, and he takes out Flarg as well. Cutie gets a long wick, and now it's just LeCube versus Orpello. If we can get Cutie Cat in here to help distract Orpello, because Orpello is going to be able to fire upon LeCube. They don't have clips. They are losers because they didn't buy diffusers. Oh, but Cutie Cat takes him out, and that is not enough time to defuse. And they lose the gun too. Allahu Akbar. All right, 7-7 and a comeback because it was a 7-2 half for Aristocracy. Cutie Cat at top with 9-7, LeCube with 9-10, Flarg with 14-10, and Matt H with 13-9. A little choppy movement. They look claymation. I see my stream is running like full 30 FPS. Oh, and a nade that doesn't hit anyone. Unfortunate for them, but there's lots of fire, so they might have been worried that it did. And they're now going to announce their position. Aeon gets Matt H as he tries to get into tunnels, and now that leaves open the. Oh, Aeon gets Flarg. Along with his Aeon, this leaves open this position here, and they can rotate over. They have a lot less map control than they want. Team nade from, I think that was Sack. Oh, no. We have a smoke going down, letting Orpello be able to cross here in just a second. And LeCube gets hurt through the through the fire. Lonwick plants the bomb. And okay, yeah, he's on site. Orpello and him. Oh, Orpello gets a nade on Enrico. I missed that. Turned away at the wrong time. Another nade goes down, and Lonwick is in cover. And they're, oh, Sack pre-fires, and it announces to Orpello where he's at. He trades with it, though. That's fine. And Cube's going to see Lonwick here. Now they know where he's at. And there we go. LeCube kills Lonwick. Plenty of time this time to defuse. 16 seconds left. I like to imagine he's caressing me after a hard day at work. 7 and 8, and now it doesn't matter because the economy of aristocracy is so far ahead that it's not going to be a problem for them. We're going to have 14 and 11 on Flarg, 13 and 9 on Orpello, 10 and 10 for Cube, and QTCat with the 9 and 7. They have so much money that they can afford to buy for the rest of the game. So I don't see that being a problem for them. It's really going to be up to how aristocracy handles their pushes. Oh, and there we go. Some cooking for the books as Lonwick and Matt H get hurt with a nade. Cube gets out of there just fine. And then, oh, okay. Look, Cube gets Orpello. I saw the nade there. I guess that was it bounced or something. They were able to get it further up by Banana. Now, but it is just Aeon alone on site here as Enrico is back by the gardens. We have Aeon who took a little bit of damage, and I think they're going to rotate to B. Cube is in the house. He should hear this. And he gets... Oh, he sees the bomb. He gets some shots off, but he isn't able to get the kills. Sax just could use this. He's now going to be able to hear them. Oh, and Cube takes out Matt H. Oh, trying to get good angles here. Longwood gets sacked through the wood. He gave up cover. QTCat is on site. Depends where Flarg goes. Flarg shoots. Now QTCat knows he's there. Now, QTCat, again, playing aggressive here, and well, it works. I was about to say, I don't think that's going to work, as she's completely wide, but QTCat takes them both, 7 and 9. And so I'm rooting for my alma mater here, don't get me wrong. I'm excited to see Cats doing this, although I wish I could be doing it in a 5v5. But it is one more round until Cats go on to the closed qualifiers. The first that Cats have ever been that far ahead. We had a chance in our second season. We just barely lost it. But this is, they're taking it home under new management. Can they do it? Or can aristocracy keep the crown? And so we have LeCube getting blasted early on, but he does do some damage to Matt H. We're seeing that play from the pistol round where they're just aggressive. QTCat didn't have her gun up again. She put a smoke down, and she gets downed right as the smoke plumes. Orpello takes out Enrico, and now it is 4 versus 2. This is okay, as the Cats still have plenty of money. Sack gets long. We need to see Sack and Aeon play together, but Sack is just going to go for it. He's going, okay, 2v2. If Aeon knows Orpello's there, and Aeon's running, and Orpello gets Aeon. Now, Flarg knows that people go for the clip. He takes him out. Yeah, Cutie clapped. Oh, that was cool. But it's 8 and 9 now. So now with, the comebacks is here. I think, again, they might, I don't know, if they lose this, they might have to force that final round. So it doesn't matter. I think forcing is probably the right answer. Saving would be kind of a waste of a round. 8-9. And again, I think if aristocracy just does that mid push, they have this. Sacco's aggressive here. Again, please, you guys, they keep doing this. They keep standing in complete open, hoping to get a kill. But Sack gets 2. What do I know? I know nothing. And he knows Kung Fu. Lonwick does take out Sack, and LeCube takes out Long. It's Matt on site alone, and is this going to be Enrico taking him out? Probably. I don't know, because Pav TV has a bug at the end where if you start the match a little late and they win, the game's over. So, hey, 8 and 9, we can guess the Cats won, and how did they do it? It was 11 and 14 for Lonwick. Matt H with 15 and 12, Orpello 15 and 11, Flarg 15 and 3, Enrico with 8 and 12, Sack Deceased with 9 and 15, Aeon with 9 and 12, QTCat 11 and 8, and lastly, LeCube on top with 13 and 11. Let's send you guys back. QTCat does get that least death award with the 8 deaths, and that's Cats going home with another victory here. And so, you know, the disadvantage of aristocracy is in their favor, but that's just how it goes. You know, they had the time to set this up. We knew for a little while where this is going to be, and it's unfortunate that aristocracy just didn't have all the players there. So congrats to these guys. I am going to quickly send you guys to Asterion for just a brief second. I'll be back. Thank you very much, Asterion, and all the other sponsors for the VRML. You guys, we're here today. Catastrophe is moving on to the closed qualifiers, but we do have another matchup here in just a second. We have, or I say just a second, it's in an hour. We're going to end the stream here in shortly, but it's going to be Pixel versus Lucky Round for the second slot going into the closed qualifiers. Both these, unlike what the bracket will say here, both these teams do go on to the close qualifiers, so just so everyone's aware. They're going to be playing technical difficulties and virtual assassins to see who will come out on top and who's going to go on to the champions. So I am going to thank you guys very much for checking this out. I'm going to send you guys onto a raid here in just a second if you guys would like to stick around, and I will be back in 1 hour's time. We'll have a pre-show and stuff, so a little earlier, if you guys want to see Lucky Round versus Pixel. Thank you guys for checking this out, and I'm a goddamn superhero.